First one, which applies to domestic students. When I say domestic students, they are US citizens and they could be living anywhere in the world, whether it's Dubai, Singapore, or here in India, wherever. But one of the forms that will need to be submitted is called the FAFSA, or the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. It applies, as I said, to all US citizen students who are seeking federal and state financial aid for higher education in the United States. An equivalent exists for those who are Indian citizens or citizens of other countries. It's called the International Student Financial Aid Application, or ISFAA. It's for international students to qualify for the similar kind of grants. The difference is that the grants are provided by the colleges themselves. It's called institutional aid, as opposed to FAFSA, which is the federal aid. So you would have to submit that. Not all colleges accept the International Student Financial Aid application. So we have a list, and the list is growing, obviously, because they want to attract the diversity of thought in the college. So the list is expanding for sure, but there are colleges that accept, majority of the colleges that accept the ISFA. Then something that both US students and US citizenship students, as well as international students, would need to fill in many of the private colleges is something called the CSS, or the College Scholarship Service. So it's not a financial form as such, it's a profile. It is used by over 400 private colleges and public universities. There are many public universities that take that too. It goes a little further into the family's financial profile and eligibility for scholarships and grants. So that's CSS. CSS is not free. It costs anywhere from, I think, $25 for the first, and then $16 subsequently. But it's a small price to pay in order to get and be qualified for scholarships and grants. And finally, it's EFC, or the Estimated Family Contribution. It's like a base number or the index number that the college financial office uses to determine how much of grant a student receives. So when you fill, if you're a US citizen, you will fill a FAFSA and it'll give you an estimated family contribution. If you're an international student, you might fill a CSS. We will determine what that family contribution would look like. It's the minimum amount that you will have to pay based on the student's and the family's profile. The information that is used will be part of CSS and FAFSA, and if ISFA also, if it is if the student is an international student and not a US citizen. So I just wanted to cover these 4 of them. Like I said, there are many other financial terminologies that are used. By far, you would be better served by knowing